Hey loves, welcome to Mrs. Monet Reviews, where reality TV meets real life. I am your host, Mrs. Monet, and each week I dive into the drama, the romance, and everything in between from your favorite reality TV shows. I'll break down the most jaw dropping moments, explore the highs and lows of relationships, and share insights that just might change how you see life. Grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's get it. This week, I'm reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is the #1 show on the OWN network produced by Carlos King. For those of you who aren't familiar, Love and Marriage Huntsville features three ambitious African American couples on a mission to revitalize Huntsville, Alabama through their joint real estate venture, the Comeback Group. As close friends and active socialites, they bring big personalities and strong opinions. While tackling the realities of love and marriage, they face plenty of drama within their friendships and marriages. They are currently in their 8th season, so I highly recommend you binge watch and catch up if you haven't already. So the premiere of season 8, Love and Marriage Huntsville, opens up with Martell Holt being in the news for being arrested. And Martell somehow looks confused by this news. The star of the show, Melanie Rogers, hired private security guards to protect her home from her ex-husband and children's father, Martell Holt. Martell was arrested for harassment communications for a text message he allegedly sent to his ex-wife, Mel. And the text message reads, and I quote, "Leave me the F alone. Stop speaking on me or anything about me. You're bullying me. You say one more thing about me at all, and I am going to treat you like you treat me. I will go all the way in. It might ruin me, but you and your fans already trying. Now, please don't call my bluff, because at this point, I'm tired of you." Ooh, child. Allegedly, he was arrested while picking up his kids' school records. During the school visit, Martell was informed there was a warrant out for his arrest. Now, I empathize with Martell because that has to be embarrassing for him to experience that in front of his kids and the community, because Huntsville, Alabama is a pretty small, close-knit city and state. But we all know that the things that we do eventually catch up with us, and there are consequences for our actions. Martell gets on camera and plays the victim. Behind closed doors, Mr. Holt probably is a handful to deal with. So Mel's brother Marcus is at Mel's house cooking breakfast, disgusting Martell, and they think he may have turned himself in since the kids were taken care of so quickly. Mel stated that during Martell's arrest that he did not call her, or the kids didn't call her. Now, Mel, I know you were concerned about your children, but why would you think Martell will call you when he's worried about getting out of jail? Child. So Martell is talking to his mom, Miss Marlene, about the arrest warrant. And of course, Miss Marlene is hot. She's upset with Mel about the situation and how it played out with her son and her grandchildren. She asked Martell, "Why does Mel keep bothering you?" Now, Miss Marlene, we know you love your son, Martell. And I can only imagine the emotions you felt when you found out your son was being arrested and when you picked up the kids, and all of that was going on and playing back in your mind during this conversation. But Miss Marlene, when are you going to hold your son accountable for his actions? Then Miss Marlene goes on to say that her son Martell was a good husband to Mel. Child, let's move on. Now, she did say that Martell made a mistake and he owned it, but I'm not sure that he really did fully. It seems to me that Mel has been trying to move on and co-parent with Martell for the last few years since their divorce, but it's clear Martell has made it his mission to try to trash Mel's character and deflect from the fact that his actions ruined his marriage. Martell said that the kids need their father more than they need a mom. Now, I 100% believe that children should be with both parents. But when divorce divides a family, it's devastating. But usually the parent that is the most stable mentally and financially should have custody of the kids. I believe Martell is extremely hurt that Mel didn't want to continue on with a marriage with him while he entertained other women. But I think Martell would have had a chance to save his marriage with Mel if he didn't get another woman pregnant. I really want Martell to forgive himself and learn how to forgive Mel for making the tough decision to leave. So Mel is back at her house and she tells her brother Marcus that Martell allegedly plotted to have an intimate video that Mel and Martell made when they were married and posted on a different man's fake Instagram account to support the narrative that Mel was cheating on Martell with another man. And we all know that isn't true. So Carlos King calls Mel to check on her and let her know that the podcast tour tickets have sold out and the blogs were blogging about Martell's arrest news. So Stormi pulls up to Nell's daycare business, not in her gold G-Wagon, but in a white Cadillac truck. And it was very, very clean. And I must say, Stormi looks great. Mama been in the gym for 3 months and it shows. Now, Stormi, honestly, is one of my faves on the show. So Miss Nell wasn't in agreement with Mel putting out an arrest warrant on Martell because that's the father of her children. But then Miss Nell doubles back and says that you never know what you would do if you were in those shoes. So the truth is Martell has taken Mel through a lot. So then Stormi pivots the conversation and asks Miss Nell what she felt about the Love and Marriage ex-producer Sonny being married to Moses, which is Destiny's ex-boyfriend. Stormi said that Destiny thought that Moses and Sonny were cousins, but not kissing cousins, child. Sonny was Destiny's ex-producer on the show, and so that's what made it extra devastating for Destiny. So the next scene cuts to Destiny pulling up to Letitia's Airbnb. And I've got to say, the decor was really, really nice. The black walls and appliances with white floors and furniture, a 10 out of 10. So they discussed the situation of Sonny, which is the ex-Love and Marriage producer of Destiny, and Destiny's ex-boyfriend Moses now being married. Letitia asked Destiny if she talked to Sonny. And Destiny said that Sonny reached out to her via text and said, there's no easy way to say this, but I'm dating Moses and it's getting serious. Next thing you know, they were married. Moses was Destiny's friend for over 15 years. So I understand that Destiny was definitely going through a lot because she was dealing with a divorce from her child's father. And then Moses was her first love interest after the divorce. And so to be betrayed in this way, I know it was really rough for Destiny. So I agree with Letitia when she says that Sonny should have called Destiny and then Moses should have called Destiny to let her know about the situation. It's just the right thing to do, to face the person you've hurt and be honest with them about what's going on. So Tisha said that Destiny needs to confront Sonny and Moses. Child. So Letitia brought up the podcast tour with Carlos King and Melody and said that she's not interested in going because she doesn't want to be around Mel's fans and refers to them as middle-aged evil women. Ugh. So Destiny said that Carlos and Mel's fans are toxic, broken women as well. And, you know, this is where I have to pause because I feel like you can't put everybody in the same group. If you have someone that is your nemesis and that they have a fan base, if they have a few diehard fans, then you can't just say that all of the women or all of the fan base is the same. But, you know, what really bothers me about Letitia and Destiny's friendship is that they became friends because they have a common enemy. And those type of friendships are built on faulty ground. It'll be interesting to see how that relationship unfolds. So Carlos and Mel show up to the stand-up hut for their podcast tour show. Mel had on a black and white pantsuit. It was cute, but it was giving Cruella de Vil. And Stormi was there in the crowd supporting and getting the tea. Carlos gave Mel a tiara and sash since Mel never went on prom, and it was a cute gesture or whatever. He brought up the fact that Mel wasn't sexually satisfied in her marriage to Martell and never had an orgasm during the time she was married. Mel said that she was 22 when she got married, and she also said that you don't know what you're missing until you get it, insinuating that it wasn't until her divorce from Martell that she experienced a true orgasm. Child, let's move on. One day, Carlos received a notification on his phone about the scene from the season 7 finale of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It cracks me up the way Carlos pronounces notification. It's notification, Carlos, but he says notification, I think just to make it his own. In that scene, Martell invites Mel out to a coffee shop and he brings Mel a bouquet of flowers. It was definitely giving I want you back vibes, but Mel wasn't going for it and politely asked Martell to give those flowers to their daughters. You could tell that Martell was annoyed, but let's be honest, no one likes rejection. So basically, Carlos was tagged in a Twitter rant from Martell saying that Carlos made Martell give Melanie flowers in that scene and the cast of the show are all actors. And Carlos heavily denied the allegations. So what I believe is what happened is Martell's children's mother, the one he had an affair with while he was married to Mel, probably saw that episode. It's giving down low, living the double life, it ain't right. It was giving that, okay? The double life gets you caught up every time. Also, in one of the Twitter rants, Martell demands that Carlos films his real life or don't film him at all. I believe that was code for put my baby mother on the show so that she can get a coin too. But Mel is the executive producer of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I know she's not going for that and shouldn't. Let's move on. Back to the live podcast episode. Carlos asked Mel how she felt about having Martell arrested and did she ever think it would come to this. So Mel told Carlos that she never thought that she would be wishing that she had children by somebody else. Ouch. So Mel goes on to say her wish for Martell is to get intensive therapy and become a better person and become a man. Now, let's pause here. Notice that Mel didn't say that she wanted Martell to become a better man. Mel says that she hopes that Martell becomes a man. I think it's a nod to the episode title, Arrested Redevelopment. Because as we know, some people, whether it's a male or a female, if they haven't dealt with childhood issues, they could have arrested development. Are practically a little boy in a grown man's body. Then Carlos pivots the conversation and announces one of his producers married Destiny's ex-boyfriend, which is Sonny. Then Carlos introduces Sonny and Moses and asks them to come on the stage. Now, child, watching Sonny and Moses walk up to the stage, my jaw dropped. And Stormi dropped her jaw as well. It was just messy boots. Carlos said to Sonny, so Carlos turns to Sonny and asked her, you were a former producer of Destiny. And before Sonny could respond, someone from the crowd yelled, and she crossed the line. Child, and the episode ends. I think it was a decent first episode to kick off the season, but but I'm so interested to see how things will unfold in the coming weeks. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments. Did you think Mel was wrong for the arrest warrant against Martell? Do you think Stormi and Mel will become close friends again? Or do you think that Destiny will confront her ex or the producer for being married? Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Leave a comment below with your thoughts and share this video. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care, my loves.